Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Movement Monday. Today we are going to discuss the hamstrings, which are the muscles that run down the back of the thigh, and basically just go through a quick mobilization drill that you can use for those that again I've been using with some success. Basically where we spend all day sitting down, you know, I've talked about it before, the hip flexors obviously get super tight. The glutes get super weak and the hamstrings also get super tight, and that's basically because of the position we sit in. If you imagine when you're sitting down, basically what starts to happen, if I just pop you down here, obviously you're getting into that position, so you sit down, so you're coming down into that position from there. As you can see, the hamstrings are starting to contract, okay, because they're coming into that position from there, so they're getting shorter. The glutes obviously stretching out, so they're getting weaker, and then obviously your hip flexors are also shortening down and getting to that sort of lower length and mobilization. And because we spend so much time sitting down, as I've always said, you know, it's, you know, it could be anything up to sort of, you know, 8+ hours. Obviously, if you're working, you know, if you add the driving, your commute, and everything else to that, and sitting at home eating breakfast and dinner, and generally just sitting there watching TV or socialising with family, then you know it's a long time. So you know, over the years, that's obviously building up and building up and building up. Now, the simplest way to find out if you've got tight hamstrings or not is just the toe touch. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're just going to set yourself up. Again, I'll pop you down. Okay, so you're getting into position, you're standing nice and straight, nice and supple from there, and then what you're going to do is just try and reach down and get down to the toes. And as you can see, it's early in the morning, so automatically I'm a bit tight already, so trying to get down to my toes already is a bit of a stretch for me. Okay, so the hamstrings are fairly tight as I start my day, and that is generally how it goes. When I wake up in the morning, I could try and get my mobilization done, try and do that, as I say, every day. And that is going to be the time of day where I'm going to struggle the most. Once I've done it, I feel more supple, I feel better about it. It may not cure it straight away, and you know, depending on what the training is that week, if I do any sort of posterior chain work, any sort of hinging work, which I obviously do sometimes twice a week if it falls in my particular training plan, then you know, if I feel it that much more that week as I'm sort of hitting and working those sort of hamstrings and that hinge movement, so that it feels a bit tighter, feels a bit more difficult to get into that position. So the movement I'm going to show you today for the hamstrings, okay, is the band stretch. Okay, so it's a nice simple one you can do again at home. If you don't have a band, you can use any type of belt or anything that obviously is basically a strap, as so. Okay, so I'm going to use a purple band, but you know, if you don't have one of those, then a dressing gown belt or a belt, you know, for one of your pairs of trousers will do the job. Okay, so the simple way to set yourself up, you're on the floor a lot today, so what you're going to do, set yourself up on the floor. You can use a mat or anything else underneath you, okay, to make it a bit more comfortable. But generally speaking, this isn't too much of a troublesome thing. The most uncomfortable you're going to feel is actually when you go into the stretch and into the movement. Okay, so from there, you're going to sit back. Okay, you're going to take the band, you're going to step back into it. Okay, and trying to keep your leg as straight as possible. You're going to pull down, okay, on the foot so that it initiates that stretch a bit more. You might feel it more so in the calf. Okay, if you have tight calves, but where you should be feeling it is down from the, sort of the top of the calf down the hamstring in towards the glute, that sort of area there. So somewhere down there should be some tightness and some sort of, you know, pain as you're doing it. No, not bad pain, but you know, the sort of the stretching mobility, sort of feeling it stretch, that sort of intensity, not sharp pains or anything else like that. If you feel pain, obviously you need to see a doctor, okay, or speak to a medical professional. Okay, but if you're not feeling pain, you're just feeling that stretch, keeping the other leg flat on the floor and keeping the toe pointed straight up in the air. As I say, you're just going to raise the leg up and get yourself into position, and then you're going to hold that position for 2 minutes. Okay, so 2 minutes per leg. So you hold it for 2 minutes on one side. Okay, once you've done that as much as you can, you swap over to the other side, exactly the same again. Leg flat to the floor, set yourself up with your foot, pull down on the band, okay, and get your leg as straight as you can. Now actually my left leg is that little bit more tighter than my right leg, so you may find that be the case. Spend 2 minutes in that stretch position. When you can, try and intensify that stretch a little bit more, get it back into a straighter position from there. And then once you've done that, you retest. So you stand up, you get yourself in position, you bend down, and then you go as close as you can. Now I can hit my toes just about after doing it for a few seconds. After 2 minutes, I generally will feel that much better, and I can reach down and touch my toes. Okay, so that just gives you a little test, as I say, and just an opportunity to test to make sure that your mobility has improved. But it's not the be all and end all test. Don't feel that just because you can bend over, touch your toes, everything's fixed. Okay, but it's just an opportunity for you to see that you can get into that posterior position, bend over, and reach your toes from there. Okay, guys. So that's Movement Monday for this week. Nice and simple. Next week, I've got a video about sit-outs. I've been asked by Nikki to produce a video for that, for like a beginner's guide of it, a movement I really enjoy and most people don't, but I think it's quite a beneficial movement. So I'll see you guys next week for Movement Monday. Also see you Friday for Finish Awesome Friday. Hope you have a great week, guys. Just be awesome. I'll see you later.